Chachamim, Efraim Rudski, will make a סיום on מסכת ערכין. We'd like to ask everybody to please be quiet, and questions will be after the סיום. Everybody should listen very attentively.
Tonu Rabbanon, Kistei Achayim Lakayim Tiach Uzosa. The last page of Erechim has to do with Stei Achuza, Stei Chayim, and I think give a little bit of an introduction so the material is familiar. Stei Achuza everybody's familiar with. It's a field that is passed on in the family from father to son, and on Yovel, this field, if it was sold, goes back to the original ancestors, and there are a few things that can be done with this field. This field, aside from planting, etc., this field, a Jew, a Yisrael, can be magnified the field. A Yisrael can make the field chayim for a kohen. He's able to do various kinds of things with the field. The Kohanim, the Levim, also had fields, and their fields had to do with the cities that they were living in, and this was their Sdei Achuza. They also could be Magdish their Sdei Achuza. Various things could be done with it, but in terms of the Sdei Achuza of a Kohen, it always belonged to the Kohen. If it was sold, the Kohen always had rights to take it back. Very different from a Sdei Achuza of a Yisrael. The Sdei Achuza of a Kohen could not be made cher. Neither the possessions nor the field could be dedicated to cher. And this is a major difference between the Sdei Achuza of a Yisrael and the Sdei Achuza of a Kohen. Whereas the Sdei Achuza of the Yisrael could be made into chayim and given over to a kohen, the Sdei Achuza of a kohen could not be made into chayim. So the Gemara asks the question, what about the other way around? What about if a Yisrael made a chayim, a Sdei chayim, and decided to give it to Mr. Kohen? Can Mr. Kohen consider this field as his to the point where it's considered like his Sdei Achuza? Or maybe not. The difference would be that, as the Rebbe explains following the chinuch, that the Kohanim, the Sdei Achuza of the Kohanim, had a special quality to them. They were kishoichem beis Adonai, like Basi Lagani, Hashem's garden. The Sdei Achuza, the possessions of the Kohanim, had that kind of a quality, a very pure kedusha kind of a quality. On the other hand, the Sdei Achuza of the Yisrael had a different kind of a quality. The yichus, the kedusha of the Sdei Achuza of the Yisrael, had to do much more with the fact that it belonged to a Yisrael. And the Yisrael then had this field which was given to him. It's like Al Derech when we say Mekadesh HaShabbos and Mekadesh Yisrael v'Hazmanim. There was a different quality of the Sdei Achuza of the Kohen and the Sdei Achuza of the Yisrael. So the question is, can we add to the Sdei Achuza of the Kohen to make it into that kind of a stay achusa. And this is the question that the Gemara asks, Tana Rabbanan, is stay acherim lakoyim. If a kohen gets a stay acherim from a Yisroel, and can he make it tia achuza soy? Can he make it into his achuza? Gemara brings a pasuk, v'hoya hasoda b'tzeisu b'yoyvu, kodesh v'Hashem k'stei acherim, v'chima lomadnu v'stei acherim miyat harizeh b'olam. V'nimtzo, what we are going to be learning out is stei acherim that's given to a kohen from stei achuza of a Yisroel who made his kodesh. And Omar Reb Nachman said, Itzterich, this pasuk informs us of what the answer is to this question. So kedaito chamina, I might have said, hoyeluch siv ki achuzas oilam hu lohem. That the Kohanim have their achuzas oilam, it's an everlasting achuzah. Nobody can take it from them. Honami achuzas soihi. So this additional field that came into the Kohen's possession from the steicherim that the Jew made, soda into a steicherim and gave it over to the Kohen, you might want to add it to the stei achuza, which is achuzas oilam for the Kohen. Kamash malon, therefore, the pasuk teaches us achuza soy. There's an emphasis on achuza soy. It's only what he was given from the Rebbeinu Shalom that we are going to call achuzas kohen. Achuzas ein cher moiloi. But what was given to him by a cherim from a Yisrael, this is not going to have that quality because there's an inyan of cherim that has a negative connotation. As we read last week in the parasha, when Moshe was talking about the wars, etc., the Necharav or Isam, we destroyed them. There's a shame of negativity to Chayrim that will prevent it, according to the explanation the Rebbe gives it through the Chinuch, that it's not going to be able to attain that Kedusha because there's a shame of Chayrim to it. Since we're going to Chamisha Asar B'Av, just as we said the Mashiach was born on Tisha B'Av, it's not only through sadness that the Mashiach can come, it can also come through gladness. And since we're going to a day which is one of the most simchasdik day of the Jewish calendar, and the quality of Ahavas Yisrael expressed on that day is phenomenal, we hope that Mashiach will be revealed on Chamishos B'Av or even earlier. Adon Allah Hamayach Sadei, this week on the Skada li skada shmira ba berutu yamas machut yasim kane rekord mishit yamek machayt ko beit Israel agol zman kori yimram amen var vi shaba vi stoli shman smas vi davis ve sabal shmira ko chaveri amen ko khasim shira ko khasim nafam mosid miram yom va yimram amen Israel rabon va tamidai ma to tamidai samidai akhmandas beinay shdi maso adin di khasar asar behayn kun shlom rabkhinu kizbarachim aynari kun janravi ko economy ko mishmayo yimro amen shlom rabun shmayo ayn tayvi vein va ko disovi yimro amen shlom nam na ko yas shlom vein va ko disovi yimro amen amen